it's a scary feeling being taken away from your family, like the only people you know, and taken into a whole different county and just being placed there and this is where you live now.
Someone came and brought me here to the house I'm currently living at, and I had no idea what was happening.
For me, how I was like littler the first time and stuff, it was more like having a sleepover each week, but with a different person.
Once you stay in a home for even over 6 months, when you're that little, like you start thinking maybe this is permanent.
My stepdad had got arrested, and I don't have a biological father who's in touch with me.
Our parents had been, like, obviously they'd been doing drugs, which is the whole reason why I'm here.
One day, very late at night, some police officers came and was like, "Hey, come with us."
Me and my brother were removed from my biological family. I was 3 at the time. He was about 1.5 years. We were removed due to severe neglect and abuse.
I packed a week's worth of a little suitcase. It was like this big, trying to fit all my clothes in it. And then I was crying the whole way, trying to pack my stuff. I was so confused, like, don't know why I was being taken from my mom when she didn't do anything wrong and I didn't either. I felt like I was being punished for somebody else's problems, like what they had done.
It was pretty much a normal day until we went to the DHHR and I got in someone's car, and then after we got to here, to this house, and they eventually told us, "Hey, you can't go back to your parents' place because they were doing bad stuff." And then I had no idea what was happening.
So like we would stay with one family for like a week or a couple of days or something, and then they would take us to another house and it would just be the same thing.
Our first foster home was actually my aunt, I believe, or she had some sort of relation to us. We stayed there for about 1 year, and then we went to the second foster home, which we also stayed there for about 1 year.
When I went inside, my foster mom was talking to me and telling me, like, just calming me down because I was still crying.
They were nice to me, and they were like, that, you know, they acted like a new person was staying as a guest, as in me and my sister were staying as a guest.
They were all very welcoming and like happy to have us with them, I guess.
I didn't come out of the room but to use the bathroom and eat for the first few days I was there. And then I started opening up to him more, and Dreama would come and talk to me, and we'd have long talks and just about anything I needed to get off my chest, and she would always give me hugs afterwards and tell me it would be okay, and she never made me feel bad for being upset. Like, she had always told me I'd be upset, and she said, "Don't let the bad people win." And she was a mom to me at the time, and sorry.
Leaving that foster home was probably one of the hardest on us out of the two, just because we had been there for so long and gotten so attached to them and believed that they were our family.
It was definitely hard to get used to going back to my parents because, I mean, obviously you've been living with some new people who have new rules and new expectations, but it's hard to get used to going back to how you used to be living.
And then we go back to our old parents' house, and we're there for about 1 year. And then we go back into the foster care system. we went to my uncle's while they found a house for us.
And I remember the CPS worker coming and showing up and me not wanting to leave, so I put up quite a bit of a fight, you know, because I was 4 years old and that was my mom at the time. I didn't want to leave her, so I was like screaming and crying, and eventually they got me into the car and my brother.
It was back and forth from our parents' house, and eventually all that stopped. And then we heard, okay, you can't go back there ever again until you're 18. And then I heard, okay, you're gonna get adopted. So yeah, I was excited because I knew these people now and they were great.
She knew as soon as she saw us that she loved us and that she wanted to adopt us.
My mom said to me all the time that my very first words to her was, "Are you my new mommy?"
I was just so excited to live with my mom back in my own bed and like use my own toilet. Like that's a weird feeling, you know, staying in somebody's house for so long and like forgetting how your home is.
And I remember just showing up, them getting all of our things out of the car, walking in. She had snacks set out on the table for us. So we went over there. There was a Slim Jim and a granola bar, I remember. As messed up as the system is, it still works.
They did do a good job, in my opinion, but I think that they should have took time to explain what was going on.
If I was to do something different with the foster care system, I would have explained it more.
Anyone who is adopted is watching, tell them just to make the best of their situation and don't take a negative view, because every day you can wake up and you can choose to either be bitter or you can choose, like you can look at things bitterly or you can look at things betterly.